SiriusXM Shade45, Ctrl-Alt D-Stroy, Marvel and DC Comics create superheroes, and hip-hop does as well. How amazing is life when I get to sit next to Ralph McDaniels. Ralph McDaniels, thank you so much for giving me a platform to be the man on. I was messing up in school, but when they see me give a shout-out, they were like, man, you famous,
You hot out there, D?
Oh, what? I was in Home Base, Showboat. We're going to get into a lot of greatness right here. You know, talking about comic books. Your dad owned a candy store, bro.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't know you knew that. Okay. Now we talking. Now that's the first time anybody ever said that to me. That's why you destroyed.
Yeah, let's go.
So my dad owned a candy store, which they sold, like Snickers and Hershey, and I hated it. I used to be like, I want to go outside and play. Mm-hmm. I want to go play ball with my friends. And but I learned a lot. I learned business. You gotta, order stuff when it's running out. And I learned about people and what they liked. If they said they wanted the orange one, that meant they didn't want the green one. They wanted the orange ones, Ralph. So make sure you get the orange ones.
In the comic book store, that's where you connect with Lionel.
Yes, my partner Lionel, he would come and pick up on Sundays the New York Times for his dad. And if he didn't have that Times, Lionel would have a look on his face like, my dad's going to kill me, man. I got here late.
Slipping.
Right. And so Lionel would come in, get the New York Times. And Lionel was a comic book head too. So he would check out, what we had new. And he took care of his kind. He had them in plastic. He had them organized. He was an organized dude. Whatever you had, then don't touch it. Like, what
don't touch it. He had a Rottweiler handcuffed to a radiator. You know what I mean? Protecting all his. The heat was right.
I'm not just looking at it. Nah, don't touch it.
From Brooklyn, then moved to Queens.
Yeah. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Hancock Street. Big up to all my people from Bed-Stuy. Do or die. And Queens, we moved to Hollis. We really moved to Queens Village.
But, your early days and one of those individuals who made you kind of really see the light, it was Russell Simmons.
Yes. So Russell was a promoter back then, and he would give parties. And he was, street cat, a little bit older than me, and I'd see him out there. I'm like, what is he doing? What? He's always running. He's doing things, And he was into stuff. And if he knew that you played music, eventually he saw that I was a DJ because I was playing little jams, wherever we could get a little party going. And he'd be like, yo, I'm going to give you some free records. And I was like, really? I buy all my records. We go to Crazy Eddie and we go to all these different stores that, we can get the 12-inch record and buy it. He would give me promo copies that he would get from the record company back then, for those who know.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, whoa, you give away free records? My man.
Let's go.
So that was a amazing hookup, and then we became friends, and I learned about the music business through just conversation that he would have.
Yeah.
And I'd be listening to him, and I'd be like, he knows a lot. And one day he invited me to a record company. He was like, and he had on his sneakers. I'm thinking, we got to get dressed up. We going in the building. We got to throw on some bottoms and the jacket. Mm-hmm. And we went, and I looked up, and I was like, they're not going to allow him to come in here. And when he went in there, they were like, Russell, we love you. And I was like, oh, so it doesn't matter what you wear. It matters on what they want. He had what they wanted. He had hip-hop.
Yeah, super visionary. So you've been prominent, which I've been loving, is seeing you at Queens Library, being active, getting artists to come down, Run DMC as well, who's also a comic book head.
Comic book head. He was if hip-hop didn't come into play, he probably would have wrote comic books a long time ago.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Roscoe learns about Video Music Box.
Yes, sir.
How special is this?
This is amazing because when we first started talking about this with my writer who's a teacher, she doesn't really know anything about hip hop. I'm like, you gotta know it. Who doesn't know anything about hip hop?
Yeah.
At this stage of the game, she's like, I know, but I don't really want to make a mistake, so I don't really say anything. So I said, all right, I got your back on that.
Cool.
You do the educational part, I'll do the hip hop part.
I love it.
And we came together, and she's from Baltimore. Big up to Shaw, and Benny is everything we do is handmade. So if he made a mistake on the graphics, he'd have to do the whole thing over again. It wasn't like, people print out books and they just get them made overseas and they send you back, okay, this is it. This is the artwork. I was like, I don't trust that. I want to have my own artwork. So everything that's in here is original artwork, and it's workbooks, and it's a opportunity for kids to learn comprehension and puzzles, all that kind of good stuff that we used to do back in the days. And now it's here in a book because kids have a phone. Well, not all kids. They shouldn't. You have kids?
I have 17 kids. Unprotected sex is awesome.
So kids, not the young ones, shouldn't have phones. It's very, it's crazy. But most kids do. And so I said, we have to compete with the phone. We have to come up with a book that's really interesting.
Fire.
And kids want to color, and because we're graph writers, and we create stuff we doodle and do all kind of stuff and everything that we do. And I said, let's do that, and also put this in a book that kids can learn a little something. And it's Roscoe Learns About Video Music Box, and it's basically a kid. His parents take him back to the block and learn about what was going on back in the days. You remember, if for folks that are listening, in Times Square in New York, before it was just New Year's Eve, it used to be b-boys and b-girls out there spinning around.
Yeah. And
with a bucket, the drummers. It was hot. It was popping.
For sure.
They took all that away. It's Disneyland now, but it's okay.
Salute to you for being proactive during these music video days when you was directing and you did those ice cream shirts for Wu-Tang, huh?
Yes. So yes, the chocolate deluxe.
How many of them you made?
Butter Puerto Rican. I think I still have somewhere.
In the stash?
Somewhere.
Do you still have the Video Music Box sneaker?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You like your own?
Yeah. Clark Kent. Big up to Clark Kent.
Do you miss your Wu-Tang leather jacket?
Yes. You got it?
Somebody got it. I got it. And now I am lucky to be holding right here Roscoe Learns About Video Music Box. Bro, I'm waiting to find me as a little kid sneaking into a club, giving a shout out. Salute to Tony Touch, GV.
Word
used
up.
to be the promoter who used to get you a lot. Gungi.
Yes.
I was at the Fever. Some of the stuff that was filmed, they used your content, and Tony Touch used to give me. Oh my God, what an era, bro!
Yeah.
You had the braids, you had the beads.
Stop playing.
You had the what?
No, that was Ice-T.
Ralph McDaniels is an honor, a pleasure. I am D-Stroy. Life is amazing when I'm next to this energy right here.
Doing some grown
You lucky it wasn't February 14th. I'd be like, yo, I need a Valentine's son, man. Let's rollerblade together through Brooklyn. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, brother.
You got it, man.